Hello everyone, this is Waldorf.
And this is Statler.
And today we're doing Battle Report 50.
050.
Which is my first game at Battlecry 2017.
It's also half 100.
It is half a, kind of 150 of these.
Yeah.
I played a lot of games this year. Some of them I didn't even record.
Exactly.
Orcs and Goblins versus Beast Herds. This is at Titan Games and Hobby in Timonium, Maryland.
Timonium?
It's got the little three-headed boar thingy, beast, cow, monster thing.
Many-headed beast. Yes.
I will try to remember, but I will try to remember to link this to Once Bitten's video.
I think he's posted it already.
He's already posted the other side of this battle report.
That would be the winning side?
No, of course not. I've got Orcs and Goblins.
Exactly.
You don't understand.
But he's got the brown orcs, and they're better than the green orcs.
Brown orcs are better than the green orcs.
Yes.
So here's my list really quickly. If you've been seeing me practice with it and kind of tweaking it a bit, this is the final version. The War Boss with Sword of Strength, Talisman of Supreme Shielding, and the Glittering Caress, which gives him the -1 to the hit. So 2 up, 4 up for the big guy. The Feral Orc War Boss on a Wyvern, with the plates of Tuck Tech to give him toughness 6 and impact hits, Axe of the Apocalypse, shield, and a Potion of Swiftness. Potion of Swiftness, that's a thing to remember right there. Feral Orc Chief, he's a BSB on a boar, bronze breastplate, great weapon. Pair of Goblin Chiefs, one has a Pan of Protection Pension, the other a Crown of Scorn. A pair of units of 6 Common Orc Boar Riders, no champs, and just light lances. These are mainly there for scoring units. 2 units of Common Orcs with Standard Musician bow and spears, and 2 units of Force Goblin Raiders. And then there's the killy stuff, the 2 Gargantuans.
Yes.
Other than that, nothing to be afraid of.
The killy stuff's on both ends. You got the
guy on the wyvern.
The
guy on the wyvern. That guy's scary. Really, because I kind of look at some of these armies, like looking at this one.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, those Gore-Tex are scary. Those Minotaurs, I have no answer for the Minotaurs. Anyway.
Gotta shoot him down.
He's got a Beast Lord, who's the general. He's got the Hunting Call, which allows him to re-roll his ambushing checks.
And come in on turn 1.
And they come in on turn 1. They must come in on turn 1.
Yes.
He's got the Sword of Strength, Shield, Armor of Destiny, and the Dark Rain, which is the big minus to shooting on the first turn of the game.
Yep.
He's got a BSB, who is a Greater Totem Bearer. That means he's effectively a mage without the cost.
Yep.
He's got a great weapon and the Flayed Hide.
Has all the totems.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Flayed Hide is +1 toughness and something else. So he's a toughness 6 BSB.
Right.
2 units of 20 Wild Horn Herds with Ambush, Champ, Musician.
Oh, no standard.
The Blooded Horn Totem. What? No standards. Paired weapons and throwing weapons.
Actually, wasn't a totem on the standard?
No, I think it's just a unit upgrade.
Yeah. I think it
I thought.
Something. Yeah.
2 units of 8 Feral Hounds.
I think it might be on the standard. I have to look again.
I doubt it would be.
Or in the champion because he can die. I can't remember.
Okay. 22 Longhorns with full command. The Black Wing Totem. That's the initiative bump, I think. And the Ether Icon. The Blooded Horn is the +1. Blooded Horn Totem is +1 attack, armor piercing.
The Ether Icon.
Yes. 8 Minotaurs, Musician Standard, Stalker Standard, and paired weapons. So they have Swift Stride.
Right.
Movement 6 Swift Stride Minotaurs with paired weapons. Scary. Anyway, 2 Razor Tusk Chariots and 2 Gore-Tex.
Oh, just regular Razor Tusk, not the monster ones. Interesting.
What's that?
Just a Razor Tusk, not the...
Razor Tusk's the Pumbaa thing.
Oh, that's the Pumbaa thing. Oh, I got him confused with the other one. Yes.
Yeah, the other one's a raiding chariot.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, the Pumbaa chariots are another... I'd say, because those are really good.
They are. And you can see his deployment out here. This is the deployment. We're playing the standard deployment, 12 inches in, with have I moved? How am I up so far? Anyway, standard deployment, 12 inches in, with the I've definitely moved.
You definitely moved. Yes.
No, but I haven't. Anyway, he deployed first. The objective is the
Flag in the
little
middle.
flag in the center. This hold the center or whatever.
That's where the Minotaurs will be parked.
And well, yeah. If you notice that nice wall 12 inches in front of him,
Yeah.
yeah, that's helpful. He elected to. He deployed first and made me go first.
Okay. Smart move.
So I have to move first.
He doesn't care about your shooting, so
He doesn't care. I mean, the
Because-
dark rain would eliminate his
Right.
shooting anyway.
exactly. So when he gets the last move to go for objective.
Correct.
So, yeah.
So yeah, smart move.
Mhm.
So anyway, so that's the deployment. You can see I'm in a nice little unorky symmetrical deployment.
Yes. Worried about ambushers.
Yeah, and yeah, ambushers. I pretty much eliminated them coming in along my back line and bothering anything. I'm okay with taking the time for him to get to me because he can shoot me. And the big spiders are movement 14.
Yeah.
So I mean, they can whip around those edges and get into.
He was the only person I know that castles
Place.
sometimes in the middle of the table.
I castle in the middle. It's my favorite spot.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of have to in this one because I have to get to the middle
Yeah.
by the end of the game. So those big orc blocks aren't moving far because
Mm-hmm.
the idea is they sit and shoot.
Yeah. Then you have two woods. I guess it's the woods where those guys are over there.
There's the woods. You can see the trees have been
Yeah.
pushed them off to the top.
Two woods, two hills, and some ruins or a building or something.
There's
And a wall and another little thing of rocks.
the little formation on the right is was played as a ruin.
Okay.
This was played as impassable all the way
Okay.
out to the base.
Okay.
2 walls
Two walls. Yeah.
and 2 hills.
That's a good amount of terrain.
Yeah, the terrain was done well. There was
Is that because a lot of it was yours?
that's why I'm claiming that. No,
Yeah.
the terrain was done well. The guy who ran the tournament actually based the top 8 tables on the map pack
Okay.
that the 9th Age put out.
Oh, okay.
After that, it got a little shaky, but because we kind of didn't have the terrain to do their
Right.
recommended stuff. But anyway, so there you can see the left side of my force. There's the right side, and there's his right side of the Gore-Tex. Big unit of 8, 8 guys strung out wide. Kind of odd, but
Yeah.
one of his.
The thing is, stuff is all facing out the sides like he's worried
And-
about you ambushing.
He's just wanting to stop my spider riders from getting around behind him.
Right.
Not that 5 spider riders are going to do anything to him,
Yeah.
but there you have it. So that's it. He also stayed fairly far back. He was nowhere near I don't think he was up on the 12-inch line.
It doesn't look like it.
I guess he thought I was going to come forward aggressively with my list. Anyway, so that was after scouting turn 1. I've got turn 1. The spider riders come flying around the corner and just going to harass Mr. Gore-Tex.
Right.
And they're really happy about no one seeing them back here.
Yeah.
If nothing else, I can try to march block him. So so this was weird. Okay, and that was pretty much the limit of my movement,
Right.
other than moving some stuff around. So we go into his turn. This was my first game. I was kind of getting the hang of it. This is only my 50th game overall, so I haven't gotten this taking pictures down.
Yes.
It's actually really difficult in a tournament. Can get kind of difficult in a tournament situation when you're
We'll
taking
go with that.
pictures.
We'll go with that line.
So anyway, so in his turn, he calls in both his units come in, and he brings them in here.
And he decides he doesn't like these spiders at all.
He does not like the spiders harassing his
Pointing a
Gore-Tex.
chariot at him. He doesn't like these guys
Well,
at all.
the Gore-Tex actually was march blocked and could
Yeah.
only move 6, so he
Okay.
got really irritated at that and figured he would just wipe these guys off the
Yeah.
face of the earth.
Bringing up dynamite there, Butch.
So the unit on the right fires first, kills 2 of me. I panic, run through him, lose another 2,
Yeah,
and I've
one
got the
left.
one over here on the left. But on the bright
You
side,
can roll a 3.
he can't shoot at me
There is that. Yeah.
because I'm behind him now.
Yeah.
Moving on to turn 2.
You rally with Snake Eyes.
Turn 2, I roll. I need a 3 to rally. I roll
Yep.
Snake Eyes. So look at that. I'm back. And the problem is, as far as my usefulness, I'm just as useful as a chaff piece with
Yep.
one that has 5 of
One
them.
base chaff is wonderful.
So anyway, the Minotaurs you can see came up and occupy on his turn 1. He did move a bit. Now that I think about it, the Minotaurs came up and took the wall, which puts them at -1 to be hit. And he gave them, I'm not sure what totem he gave them, but anyway, so I want nothing to do with these Minotaurs. They're a little over 12 inches away from me, but he's got swift stride.
Yeah.
So I'm putting the Spider Riders in front of him.
Yep.
If he hits me, he's got to overrun. That puts, this big unit of orcs and the Wyvern
And the
in his
wyvern in
flank.
the flank. Yep.
These guys are not going to go into the front.
Yeah.
If that happens. No plans on that. So anyway, so we do that. My other spider comes around and occupies the ruin.
Okay.
I was this is a first mistake I made, a little too flippant with this move. Anyway, and that's kind of about it. Both the units 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what am I doing?
I don't know. What are you doing?
Oh, these 2 units. I took a picture because both the units of archers fired, and I think I peeled off the back rank of the Longhorns.
Okay.
He's got a unit of 4, and then looking at this picture on the top right, there's down to
Yeah.
3. So he gave them the Clouded Eye totem, which is the minus to hit,
Yeah. And a wall.
and a wall. So I'm -2 to shoot at these guys,
Right.
plus long range. So I'm needing 7s to hit them.
Yeah.
So and that's
No point
Of
in
course.
bothering doing that.
why I chose to shoot at the other guys. The Spider Riders, meanwhile, also needing 7s.
Got 1 through.
Got to put a wound on him. It's a start, right?
There you go.
And both these units, there you go. That's a better pick. There's where they've shot him up.
It's not a
It
better
looks
picture.
like they
It's very
peeled off the
blurry.
back row. What's that?
It's not a better picture. It's very blurry.
That's what so there you go there. This is back to his turn. On the very front corner of that spider, you can see the chariot underneath it.
Uh-huh.
I just placed him on top. Again, I should have been more careful with this. There's no reason not to. I should have been back into the ruin.
Oh,
a
you're
bit.
actually poking out of the ruins.
I'm poking out of the ruin.
Oh,
It's just
so he
dumb.
can get to you without taking the dangerous
So
terrain.
it gets to me without hitting the dangerous terrain. The other thing, and that in itself is not bad enough, but the guy's out of the bubble. I know all those practice games where I was,
Didn't we talk about that?
all these practice games where I was trying hard to learn this lesson, and the first game in, I've already done it.
You keep doing it every time you put the spiders on each flank.
Well, this guy's in range.
Yeah.
I'm happy there. So anyway, he elects not to charge me with the Minotaurs for some reason. I'm not sure why. And he does make his frenzy check, so he holds back.
And they bring some big gribblies up to keep him company.
And he's got a bunch of reinforcements now. You can see on the top left, he has turned the other units of Wildlords around to get rid of that spider. Yeah, there they go. Look at that.
Yeah.
See how I'm poking way off of that thing?
Yeah.
That was just dumb. I mean, he may have hesitated if he had to come in there and fail on 1s and 2s, but anyway.
Right.
So he puts this blooded horn totem on that thing, which is the +1 attack armor piercing.
Mm-hmm.
Puts the clouded. He got tired of his big unit of guys getting shot up. Puts the Clouded Eye totem on them, and I'm not dispelling anything, as you can see.
I can see that.
And the Black Wing totem goes on the Gortak, which is the hot bump initiative bump. So
Are you minimizing your dice rolls or something?
I'm making sure not to stop anything.
Yeah, that's always a good strategy.
Well, he's got a few more totems that I was trying to stop. I think I failed to stop one.
Yeah, he's got like 5 in the army, right?
It's either how many does the guy have? 3 or 4?
Is it 3 or 4? I can't remember.
Anyway, whatever he's got, then he's got 2 on units at least.
He's got at least 3 too many.
So anyway, So these guys manage with their 20 shots to pick him off.
Yeah. Shock, shock.
The chariot comes charging in and does 5 wounds to me.
Mm.
5. Thought that was a little excessive.
Yeah.
Chad, he's not playing nice. I did 1 back to him. You can see it there.
Yeah.
But it's not showing it. But I did make my stubborn check and stuck around.
That's good.
I could not reform to face him, but I did stick around.
Yeah, it's probably no reason for you to be facing that direction either.
What's that?
So there probably was no reason for you to be facing that far over either. At 45, you could have covered your front line and not had your flank with the chariot, which was over here. Yeah.
Probably correct. Anyway. So moving on to turn 3.
These spiders are a crutch, man.
Moving on to turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
My spider riders up there were within 12 of the general. They shifted over to the right.
To get a view of these other guys trying to charge them.
They want to take a good look at the Gortak.
Yep.
See what he looks like because he's a big scary thing. Again, this is another, game turn 3, another mistake. I should have just gone ahead and conga lined them and chaffed all 3 units.
Yeah.
But I did not. So, anyway. Looking back at it, it's easy to see these things.
Yes.
There we go. So these guys shoot him. See little pew-pews?
I see that.
And put a wound on him. Actually, they did 2. These guys put 2 wounds on him.
There you go.
They only need 5s to hit him.
Yeah.
10 shots. I just got lucky.
Mm-hmm.
They put 2 wounds on him. And the big unit orcs, there's 36 of them boys. They fire at him. Poink. And he's down, Jim.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That's a chisel. I'm sure he wasn't too happy about that.
No, I don't think he was pleased.
So when I listen to his video, I'm going to hear, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
Yeah. I like that. So you are familiar with his videos,
oh, yes,
apparently.
I watched them all.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
That's a good pull on that one. I like that. So anyway, we shoot this guy down. What happened after this? I believe the chariot in the back panicked. Let's see. Anyway, so the next unit of orcs fires. I was planning on shooting them both into that guy, but apparently I don't need to. And Pink put a wound on this boy.
Okay.
Now, if they could shoot as good as the other ones,
Yeah.
he'd be in some serious problems right now. Yeah, it looks like that chariot's still there, so it didn't panic. My guy my spider finishes off his chariot over here.
Okay.
After the impact hits are gone, it's nowhere near as dangerous. And that's what we're looking like going into his turn. So he's got a Gortak over there with a wound on it, and you can see there's 2 big units in the back just slowly coming forward,
hanging around, spider hunting.
I mean, yeah. So I really didn't expect him to do this, but these guys decided to declare a charge on the orcs.
Yeah, why not?
I think the spider's looking right at their flank.
Yeah.
The general's over here on this flank.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to get through me. I mean, I'm going to be steadfast for at least a turn, right?
Yeah, could be.
At least that's my...
I don't know what's in here. So
my assumption.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys have halberds, so I mean, they're hitting me hard. They're hitting me on string 5.
Yeah.
But he's got a general BSB in there, but...
And he gets to re-roll because he gets basically hatred all the time.
Sorry, he's got the auto hit thing going. Yeah, that eternal hatred thing is really rough on this army.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's really good. He was doing me the favor of failing that roll almost every time he rolled it.
Oh, okay.
He was, but then his BSB was around, so he would make it the second time.
Okay.
So, I don't think I would mind that rule so much if it was on the unit's base leadership, no reroll. It would still be good, but it'd be nowhere near as good.
It's some holdover from the old book, but being able to get it repeatedly is what makes it really bad.
Yeah, and I also wouldn't mind if it was not on the Minotaurs.
Yeah, well, that's a whole other thing.
Or the Gortak.
Yeah,
anyway.
That's a whole different issue.
I mean, that big, scary monster.
We'll talk about that when we do the army book review.
There we go. So, his turn. So, he declares the charge with the big unit into my orcs. The Gortak, we check. The Gortak has the flank, can see the flank of my spiders.
Oh, okay.
So, he wants to come flipping around those Minotaurs and go in them.
Mm-hmm.
And the chariot charges me. There you go. You can see these guys have made it in. And both these guys have made it in.
Yeah.
So spiders aren't going to last too long, I'm thinking.
Don't think so?
No, because the Gore-Tac does impact hits as well.
They might survive the impact phase.
And over here, you can see his dog's coming up just to get in the way. There's that. And because he's worried about killing him, he gets the black wing token off to bump his initiative up again.
Okay.
I'm just kidding about why he did it. But anyway. So these guys come in and they murder a bunch of me.
Yep.
4, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Right.
14. But you see I've given a couple back to him.
Yes.
And, 14 and I'm still steadfast.
Right.
Easy. Steadfast.
On a 9.
So, steadfast on 9. They stick around.
Mm-hmm.
He reforms a bit wider. That puts his general over here on the right-hand side.
Right.
And that's his BSB over there on the left-hand side.
So he's got his spider protection on.
And, of course, he checks this with my general, and by going wider, he's now out of my general's arc.
Okay.
Whereas when he was 3, he was still in it.
Right.
So that helps him. I was shocked, but these guys managed to kill them before I could attack.
Yeah.
That's why they're both not dead. Because had I been able to attack, I probably could have got them both.
Yeah, I'm
thinking.
Sure. Yeah.
The chariot stays where it is. The Gore-Tac overruns. Heads out here. Just giving I think he's going over there to give that spider a good look.
Well, I just wanted to pick up a rock.
He's going for the rock
looks like he's
pile.
reaching one. It's like reaching for one to prick him.
And we go into turn 4. So that's what it looks like. So my spider's got over there on the right. It's got a choice of who he's charging. But I need to get these. I need some relief for my orcs. And there's the other side of the board. So the spider, the purple spider you see over here on the left, comes out and charges the Gore-Tac in the rear.
Okay.
And my general goes with him in the front.
On the side.
Side. Sorry.
The other front.
Kind of front.
Yeah. The front of the side.
Actually, if I hit him from anyway, based on that angle, I should hit him in the front. Anyway, so we double team him. Figure he can't kill us both.
There is that.
Right? And my spider comes into the flank here.
With the hopper.
With the hopper comes in to join him. The spider comes in. The spider has only 3 wounds left.
Yeah.
But his general's only got 4 attacks. It's strength 6.
Yeah. Rerolls.
So, rerolls to hit.
Yeah.
Even if all 4 hit, only 2 should wound me, right?
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Yeah.
Average. So, anyway. So they all make it. The boar boys come up here. They kind of chaff these guys up a little bit. It stops them from coming straight in at something. I'm not real sure what they're doing, actually. And the wyvern hops over here behind it. As a very first game of the tournament, of course, the wyvern's tail is a casualty. He no longer has a sting attack, so he's down to 2 attacks.
Yeah, I have a problem with him.
Yeah.
So it looks like the Minotaurs can actually, assuming your spider's not going to be there, swing around, hit your boar boys, and overlap and run into your wyvern.
No, they can't wheel enough.
Okay.
I'm close enough that if he wheels from there, he can wheel until he comes in contact.
Right.
And then wheel back, and he barely
Okay.
barely uncovers.
This looks like it was pretty far. So
no,
yeah.
It's good enough. I was careful about that.
Okay.
Some things I'm careful about. Some things I just
you're not.
don't. Care.
Okay.
I get those careless moments. If I could get rid of those careless moments, I think I could do much better in these
I
tournaments.
think you might actually win some more games. Okay.
I think so.
What's the fun in that?
So in this combat, we have we
A
beat
7-legged spider.
a 7-legged spider. We found out that a 7-legged spider. What do we do anyway?
I don't know.
So there.
I think it's showing the contact points.
And yeah, I guess it was. So here we go. Make sure everything sees what's in combat. These guys decide to fire and put a couple wounds on the Minotaurs, actually dropping 1. So he's down to 7 now.
There you go.
Something. And then after this combat, one of us challenged and my hopper accepted I think his BSB challenged and my hopper accepted.
Okay.
Or no, I believe my hopper challenged and he didn't want to take it with the general, so he took it with the BSB.
Right, because he wanted to fight the spider.
His general put his 4 attacks into the spider and killed it.
Yeah.
So much for odds. I was even going with the 4 hits. I was giving him the 4 hits.
Yeah.
I just wasn't giving him the 4 wounds. I guess it's not that far off to get 1 above, huh?
Nope, it's not.
So, anyway, he dropped the spider before I could attack. Had the spider got its attacks in, of course,
things would look better.
Things would have looked a whole lot better. I didn't think the spider could live through 2 rounds, but I thought he could come in, get his 8 strength 5 attacks in, wreck this unit,
right.
thunder stomp him, get rid of some more. And I'm thinking this unit's probably down to 1 or 2 guys in the unit and the characters.
Yeah.
At the end of that.
Yeah, if the spider gets his attacks off.
If the spider gets his attacks off. But he did not. So that happens.
Yes.
Meanwhile, up here, these guys have crunched the Gortak, but he put 5 wounds onto my spider.
Okay.
And there's his chariot fleeing. Not sure what it fled from because it was fleeing earlier. Anyway. And my spider overruns and now is out of arc of the Minotaurs. My general reforms because he couldn't overrun because the spider was right there in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
I guess could I have overrun? Yes, I could have overrun with the general first.
Yes.
But I didn't want to overrun with the general.
You could have smacked into the chariot and then he charged by that big block of troops.
Correct, but they're only little crappy guys. The reason I did not overrun had nothing to do with all that. I wasn't worried about anything.
Your bubble would be out in the middle of nowhere.
But my bubble, and I need my bubble for these guys down here on the bottom right.
Yep.
Especially now that the Minotaurs look like they're about loose.
Yep.
So on his turn, we do the measuring, and the Minotaurs can just see the edge of my base on my general. And they come across the wall and thump me in the flank.
That's too bad.
That's kind of what I was thinking, too.
Yeah.
Kind of echoes my thought on that one. The bright side, of course...
You'll know the Minotaurs are going to be after this.
What's that?
You know where the Minotaurs are going to be.
I know. He's committed them finally.
Yeah.
I've got that going for me.
Exactly.
On the bright side, he's only got like 8 attacks on me because he's only clipping me. So he's got the 5 in the front and 3 in the back. And they're only strength 5. I'm tough 5, know. How bad could that be?
Yeah, exactly.
He needs 5s to hit me because I'm distracting.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. So, there's the empty...
And the board boys sit there saying, wait a minute, we did something wrong.
Something was going on. Weren't we supposed to be tying them up?
Yeah. We seem to have missed our mark.
Yeah, the feral hounds, you can see are just slipping around to the right. Yeah. The left, I'm not sure where they're going. The wild horns are closing in on my boar boys. It's a big empty hole where those guys were supposed to be. And that's combats. There's a better look at how close he came to not being able to clip me at all.
Yep.
And he's still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Minotaurs, and one's got a wound on him. Jeez. So, in this combat, I've managed to put 2 wounds on his BSB in the orc combat with my guy, but he killed me. And
was it the guy with the pension pendant?
He is yes.
Oh, he still got hurt.
He is, but I can't steal his toughness.
Yeah.
Which I would have liked, but he actually had a light round of hitting me with his general. 2, 4. You'll see I've only lost 6 this round, which leaves me with exactly enough to be steadfast.
Yeah.
And they don't go anywhere, of course. Steadfast 9 with a reroll. That BSB right there beside him. So that's how that comes up. And so he's attacked my general, and there's the blurriness from the Minotaurs because they're so fast with all their attacks.
Looks like he got rid of one though.
The general has managed to put looks like 3 even wounds on him because there's still a wound on him.
Yep.
And he's done nothing to me.
Okay.
So I'm real happy with that result.
And you held?
And I held, and I've turned to face him. Based on the fact
I guess you might have won.
I did 3
he
wounds.
He charged and he had a banner.
He had a charge, flank, and a banner.
And a flank, yeah.
Charge, flank, banner, big flank. So I think I lost by 1.
So you would have lost by 1.
So I think I lost by 1. Stand there on a rerollable 8 and turn and face him. So I'm still okay with this. I'm not happy about the stuff down there below. You know, this orc fight down there going badly, but I do have 2 wounds on his BSB. And I've got the Minotaurs pinned down. See, pinned down. So the Wyvern from on top of the hill comes flying down.
Yep.
He's going to charge him in the rear.
Orcs to give you some combat
and
res.
The orcs going into the side to get some combat res into that. Because the Wyvern, he's only going to have 5 coming at me.
Yeah.
That gives me the 3 ranks banner, big flank, so they'll easily make up their whatever losses they take.
Right.
At least that's the idea. And the Wyvern's coming into the back.
And your BSB is?
And my BSB is hanging out. I thought about going into the front with them.
I'm trying to get that last wound on the guy.
But that's 10 attacks on the BSB.
Oh, no, I was thinking more that you were going to help out your orcs.
Go into the orc fight?
Get rid of try to kill his BSBs until he's down to 1 wound.
I considered that as well, but if I go in there, his general challenges.
Yeah.
And then I'm on him.
Your champion's gone.
I have no champ.
Oh, you have no champion. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no champ, so his general issue is a challenge, and I have to go fight him.
And the other boar boys are out of arc. Right?
And he butchers me, and the boar boys are out of arc to go into the side. Because I thought I had it and didn't wheel him enough. Of course, everyone over here makes it. You know, the big orc unit, which is 2 inches away, managed to make it.
Yep.
The Wyvern comes into the back. And the boar boys, not real sure what they're doing. They just found a gap to slip through it. You know, when I go back and look at this, let me back up one more. I'm wondering. I'm
going the wrong way.
I have a problem with going the wrong way.
Yes.
So, back up one more. There. I don't know if the boar boys could have seen the Minotaurs. It's probably
not look like
based on where his card is. Using that as an angle, I'm probably not.
It's just in the corner of your bases.
Yeah.
Of course, you can never tell with the pictures. But
you can't tell with the pictures, but and when I look at this later, and I looked at this later, I was like, should I have gone into that Minotaur unit with them as well? For a couple reasons. For one thing, it brings them to the center of the board.
Right.
But anyway, I did not. So we go in. There's that. These boar boys just slide down towards the center.
Why don't you put them behind the wall?
Just doing the 3-inch. Because again, they were over here. They failed their March test. No, they couldn't have failed their March test. I don't know. It would have been very smart. What I should have done, of course, is reformed and faced to the right, and then done a 7-inch move and kind of wheel into the wall.
Yeah.
That's what I should have done. So there's like number 3.
Okay.
We'll go with that. Or, whatever number you're up to if you're counting. So anyway, so I didn't. I just shifted over 3. I made, in these combats, I made him go. I did the bottom attack first with the orcs. That way he's got to reform and base his decision without knowing what's happening with the Minotaurs.
Right.
So.
And that went as we expected.
And went as we expected, especially now that. Anyway, you can see the remaining 3 fleeing. He has done a pivot around, so he did not do a reform. And by doing a pivot, it prevents. He's allowed to charge next on his turn.
Right.
Had he done a reform, of course, he could not charge.
Right.
So anyway, so he does that. The Wyvern has come in. You can see the impact hits have killed off one of the Minotaurs from the Wyvern. He's got the D3 impact hits.
Yeah.
He did 2 and dropped 1. So now he has a choice because that Minotaur in the back, I think, has its choice of targets. Anyway, so he ends up putting 3 Minotaurs into the Wyvern.
Oh, okay.
The guy in the back, I don't know the rules whether he could go to the side or not for combat res. Do you know that?
For combat res?
No, I mean just beating up on orcs for combat res.
Yeah, he projects out to the side.
Because I think he projects.
It's the box, yeah.
And I think I know he projects, but I don't think that rule where you have to fight the model you're touching.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Applies when the wizard's in his back. I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't think so.
I'm not sure the nuance of that.
I thought he just slid wherever the box was.
Yeah. Anyway, so he put the 15 attacks on the.
Does he get 15?
5 apiece.
Yeah, but he's not attacking adjacent with the other two.
They're not touching anybody. They fight backwards.
Yeah.
Right?
I assume because he was fighting over a rank that he would only get 3.
No. They're basically in contact with the wyvern. Is the way the rule reads. They fight in full. Because had that other wyvern been there, then the second guy in would not have got any attacks at all. You know, had this impact hits left this guy here.
Yeah.
Then this guy is not touching, would get no attacks.
Yeah.
Because he can't fight to the back.
Right.
In support.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, so he puts 15 attacks and kills my wyvern.
Okay.
Again. I'm T6. He's strength 5.
Is he re-rolling?
He's got 15, so he's going to hit me, 8? Call it 8.
Was he re-rolling?
Yeah, he's re-rolling.
Okay.
So even if he hits
12?
me 8, and then he's going to hit me another 4, that's 12.
Yep.
Call it 12. So that's a little bit high, because he should hit me 7.5, and then
okay, so say 11.
3.5. But we'll call it 12, because it does the math easy. Hits me 12 times. He wounds me a third of those, so 4.
Yeah.
I've got a 6-up armor and a 5-up ward versus that. So I thought I could hold up to it. Apparently I was wrong.
Yeah.
So anyway, and the wyvern, of course, now doesn't even get to attack because I wasn't smart enough to drink my potion of swiftness. Yeah. Which is also awesome.
Yeah.
He's got the speed totem on him, so it would have just bumped me up to his
at least you would have got your
initiative, but I would have got my attacks off. As it is, it doesn't matter. He breaks and runs. And
it gets away.
We killed very few of them.
Right.
But
he had to walk through your spider.
He got abused going through the spider and the one on the right through the terrain.
And the ends of the terrain, yeah.
So he's down to 5 wounds left on the Minotaurs.
But you didn't catch him.
But I did not catch him. The orcs, not everyone. The spider was not in the fight.
Right, it was just the orcs in general.
Right. We could not catch him, so he was motivated to get out of that mess. So there we have it.
So this is an interesting situation for him.
So now there's the top of his turn.
It looks like he can only charge the boar boys because he can't quite swing.
He can charge either unit he wants, and I have to cinch to him.
I think he can contact the other unit.
Yeah, I think if he moves up about 3,
because he'll bump these guys.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
And if he tries to wheel, it looks like he'll just barely miss you.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think he can wheel past my orcs.
I mean, he can't wheel just to even get the corner on you, because he's got to contact you still.
Correct.
So yeah.
So anyway, it's a tough. That's the top of his turn. He's looking at that, and there's a kind of a better picture of that. I think if he just planes wheels, I think he can contact my orcs, but I'm not sure. You can see on the top his chariot still is not rallied. It's still heading over the hill now.
Yeah, I see that.
And there's another better picture of that. Back up there. Okay, better picture of the overall. So what happened? Oh, the wild horns up here on the top left tried a long charge into my boar boys.
Did make it.
And did not make it.
And he reformed with the other ones.
Reformed with the other ones into a big
horde-looking thing.
Big horde-looking thing.
Yeah.
The reasoning.
It's not a horn, it's only 2 ranks.
I've got 3 wounds left on my spider.
Yep.
And he's got 40 shots at me.
Yeah.
So I guess anyway. Again, you throw enough dice. So what he did is he charged the general out into the rear of my general.
Okay.
And reformed his unit for next turn.
Yeah.
There you go. That's much better picture of that. So that's his general down there in the rear of my general. Looking bad. I'm okay. I think one-on-one our generals are fairly equal. But he's got a charge in the rear.
He's got the charge in the rear.
So I'm going to lose the combat. It's just whether I can hold or not.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. And looks like, I forget, gnarled hide or something token off. Can't really tell what that was. So the wild horns have shot and put 2 more wounds on my spider. It's down to a single wound left.
Ah, there you
go. His general put a wound on mine. I apparently did nothing to him.
Mm-hmm.
He overran, runs into the back of the spider.
Okay.
And because it's a new charge, he chooses where he hits me, and he goes way over there to the right.
Right.
So my general flees to there. Coming up.
Oh, at least you got away.
I got away. I had that going for me. So moving up onto my turn 6. There's the overall picture.
Yep.
The orc unit did not rally even with the rerollable 7 and ran off the board. So we move up to my turn 6.
It was a 7?
What's that?
You were below 25%.
Sorry. Yeah, it was a low number. Anyway, rerollable 4, 3.
Yeah.
Anyway, my squig hopper failed to march. His dogs did their job. They got within 8 of me, so I could not chaff up this unit. So I just walked towards him, kind of hoping to give him a target, kind of hoping he would charge me.
Yeah, you really need him on the other side of the table.
He's not that, he's not going to fall for that. And I shifted 3 more over, again, shifted over rather than wheeling to get behind that wall, which, again, that's twice I've done that.
Yep.
My general up there has rallied, and since it's turn 6 and he's got nowhere else to go, he turns to face the wild horns.
Right.
And my BSB fails his rerollable 7 and charges into his general because I could not see this other unit on my right.
Okay.
So.
And your orcs?
I am bringing a flank and a banner and a charge.
Yeah. What did your orcs do? Like they turned the face.
And my orcs turned to face these guys.
But they didn't advance on them.
But didn't advance on them because I didn't want to get out of 6. And I want to make sure I stay in the general's bubble.
Oh, I see.
And everything else. My other orcs over there on the right, they fled earlier from one of those, when the orcs broke. They fled. They've rallied. And now they're turned to face the dogs. They rally to face the dogs. And there we go. So I turn, and I'm going to try to shoot these guys a little bit. And he gets the gnarled hide.
I must put it on him already because it's your turn, right?
Or it's still on him, yeah. My BSB charges in. He does nothing to me, and I do 2 wounds to him.
Okay.
He sticks.
Because that's including with your spider.
Spider didn't get to attack because one of us, he challenged.
Okay.
He challenged, so the spider couldn't bother him.
Okay.
Spider just hangs around. It did still provide him the +2 combat res from him being in the rear of the spider.
Right.
And he sticks. And it looks like I didn't do anything at all shooting, maybe 1.
Except get blurry.
It's because he's got that.
It's all the arrows in the sky.
He's got that clouded. It's that clouded eye totem that's been floating around all this time.
Yeah.
So we're going on to the bottom of turn 6. That's what it looks like. You can see his minotaurs and his chariots still running.
Right.
And this is the start of his bottom of turn 6. So his wild horns declare a charge on my boar boys and make it. It would be nice if it was on that wall because I'd be -1 to be hit.
Yeah, well, but it help you.
That would have helped a little bit, wouldn't it? Over here, he charged. Since I'm already in a combat, he charges his BSB into the combat to bring a charge, flank, get a banner.
Right.
As well. Smart move. I probably wouldn't even have considered that. Smart move there. Up top. Oops. Yeah, there you go. Up top, he elected to charge me. I've got 4 attacks and a boar.
Right.
And so at most I can kill 5, and that means he's well steadfast in a rank.
Yeah.
He's got a charge and a rank minimum. That's a lot of points in that general.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Why not? It's.
Um,
He didn't send his unit and just sent the BSB. Interesting.
well, the unit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering why. Wonder if they had a movement problem. Anyway, so that's there. You can see those guys on the boar boys. So his general gets off 3 attacks, well, 3 hits. He gets off 3 wounds on me is what it came down to. I've got a 5-up ward save.
Right.
And I didn't make any of them.
Yeah.
I needed to make just one of those.
Yeah.
Up top, is there a picture of this? Yes. Up top, my general kills 4 of him, of the wild horns.
Yeah.
But he's steadfast, and he's within the general and BSB's range. He fails his rerollable 9 and turns and flees, which puts him like 8 inches away from the center of the board. So he's no longer got a score. The scoring unit is gone from the center of the board. Had they walked up and not attacked me,
no, you beat him.
I beat him.
Okay.
And he failed his rerollable 9.
Yeah.
And fled.
I'm sorry. I thought you failed. So
I'm
like,
sorry.
what?
No.
It looked like your general's facing the other way.
No, he failed, turned and fled from me because he failed his rerollable 9. And now he's more than 6 inches from the center of the board.
Okay. And you just turned around to keep your position.
Which means it's a push as far as the banners go now.
Yeah, the objectives.
The objectives, because he's managed of course, the wild horns blew through my orcs because they weren't behind the wall.
Right.
Overran into the rear of these orcs, which doesn't matter because this fight will never take place.
Right.
But
both within 6 inches.
Both are within 6 inches of the center.
Your spider.
Again, had his.
Oh, he's not scoring, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's 3 scoring units in that picture, and one of them is fleeing and
right.
8 inches away.
Yeah.
So anyway,
why didn't you chase him down with a general?
Because we did that fight first. And if my BSB lived,
okay.
I wanted him there.
Okay. I thought you did the other ones first. Okay.
Yeah. Because you can see, actually.
Yeah, understood then.
Yeah, there's the fight, and you can see the general's already turned around facing back this way.
Okay.
So, and of course, he did that fight first. Because he wanted to see if my general could break and bring my little ship down all around here.
Right, exactly.
Because either one of these fights going out has a chance of panicking these guys off the board.
Right.
Which is my 1 scoring unit.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so that we have, and that's where it ends. His Minotaurs, his chariot that was on the hill, failed to rally, and ran off the board. The Minotaurs failed to rally, but they're fleeing in under 25%. So they're full points.
Okay. So at least you had a little bit of luck there.
So I had a little bit of luck on what he was saving.
Yeah.
So it came up to here. He killed 3,034 of me. I killed 2,320 of him, which made it a 12-8 game to him. And 0 bonus points.
Yeah.
Again, had that, BSB made one of those 3 saves. But on the other hand, had he made his leadership check. Of course, those. Oops. Where did that go? That just went completely blank. That's not good. Anyway, then the other side of the luck, the chariot not rallying on a 7 on 2 tries.
Right.
Now the Minotaurs, on the other hand, were rallying on like a 3.5 or 4 because they were a bit quarter.
And you would have liked your spider to kill his unit instead of getting killed.
And so there was a couple things that didn't go my way. But again, punishing that one Gortak on that one, shooting down that Gortak with the bows.
Exactly.
Just if you just put enough shots into something, they go down.
Yep.
Usually.
Sometimes they don't.
But anyway, this was a fantastic game. I had a great time playing this. Like I said, there was a crowd gathered around at the end of this game watching.
Right.
Cheering on both sides, laughing at my poor rolls and his. I think they were laughing at my poor generalship and just disguising it as my rolls.
That's what I'm thinking.
Anyway,
that's what I do.
That's what you do. Yeah. Yeah, you usually get there around to game turn 4, so just in time.
That's way just for just
start seeing the nonsense.
I don't want to waste the beginning turns when
Yeah, when nothing's really happening,
exactly.
There's nothing to make fun of.
Exactly.
I appreciate it. But anyway, Once Bitten, he's a fantastic opponent to play if you ever get a chance. It's always a fun game. He beat me by 800, so that's what it is.
So game to the Brown Orcs.
Game to the Brown Orcs. They're a better army.
They are definitely a better army.
So, anyway, thanks for listening.
Till next time.